Welcome back to Sody Pop on YouTube, everyone. My name is Matt, and this, of course, is Chat with Matt, your source for daily gaming news. All right, let's discuss. So to begin with, right away, Nintendo released a banger today with a new Paper Mario, this time named the Origami King. If you haven't checked it out, please do. We're gonna go ahead and watch the trailer. Now, is this beginning the year of Mario that we've been hearing so much about? Possibly. So there's been a lot of rumors of Mario being remade here for quite a while, but right away we see Princess Peach come out in an origami style. Looks amazing. Reminds me, I'll show you in just a moment, reminds me of the game Tearaway, if you haven't played that on the PS4, originally for the PS Vita, which used all of its back touch capabilities. A really fun, beautiful, well thought out game that Tearaway was. So it reminds me, the origami style reminds me of Tearaway, not the Paper Mario style itself. So actually it looks really fantastic. I saw a lot of people, or one person in particular on my Twitter feed was a little bit upset that they seemingly didn't go all the way back to the style of Thousand Year Door, but in their eyes, the Paper Mario series with this one seems to be going more action adventure instead of just straight RPG. I don't know, we're gonna go check out actually gameplay in just a moment. It looks fantastic. Like, look at this gameplay. It looks so good, looks so fun. All this talk about next generation graphics and stuff, and then of course Mario just always looks so good. Man, look at that. You can see a new thing there. Looks like you can buddy up with a whole bunch of different people. You're riding around the levels there. Some really great stuff. So go ahead and check this trailer out, and you can see, let's go ahead and pause this bad boy. You can see it looks very much like Tearaway here on the PS Vita. Even a lot of similar aspects. Oh, wow, this is not what I wanted. That's actually looks like something else. Looks like a developer commentary. Anyways, but moving on. So Paper Mario. So we're gonna go ahead and play this gameplay here. So as you can see, it looks like you have kind of a round board. This is all in Japanese now. You match them up. Looks like a multiplier there, 1 times 1.5, and boom, you hit the Goombas. Now this is going back, I guess, to, oh hey, what's up, Sibby? This is going back to, I guess, Thousand Year Door, where you are actually have an audience for the battle system. So very cool. Might harken back to that. Look at all these beautiful screenshots. Again, looks like you have kind of an open world aspect to it. And my cat is here hanging out. What's up, Sibby? So I'm gonna go ahead and pause it there because we have a translation from Reddit that I saw on Reddit of the battle screen here. Let's see if we can zoom in. So we're going to begin with Mario's weapons here. You can see weapon and item. We have Mario's boots on the left side and Mario's hammer. So that looks like where you're going to select your attack. Then right below that, we have jump and stomp on enemy, regular boots. So maybe those are the actual, when you choose Mario's boots, those are the actual type of attacks. And then at the bottom here, you have from left to right, help, select action, select enemy, camera, and accept. Those are just the button prompts. And then you have the enemies on the right-hand side, all saying Goomba. So I can go a little bit further into it. I might make a video just on this particular screenshot if I can dive a little bit deeper, but there's a lot to go into. Certainly super exciting. I'm very excited for it. I hope it turns out very well. Oh man, just keeps happening. I'm so sorry, guys. Well, anyway, since we're here, please of course like, comment, subscribe. Click the bell down below for new video alerts if you like what you're seeing here. Again, I love bringing this stuff to you. If you have any comments, want me to change some stuff up, let me know. I'd be happy to hear. I just want to bring the newest and best information to you, and I have a lot of more stuff in the pipeline as far as videos, more so than just these wonderful news outings and chat with Matt. So thank you so much. Moving on, Mafia. So I did touch on this yesterday. Mafia Remastered is going to be an expanded story. I wanted to mainly just go into these screenshots. Like, look at that, the detail. This game was released in 2002 for the PlayStation 2. think of the original Grand Theft Auto, I'm gonna actually go to see. I think I have some gameplay here of, yep, like look at this. There is the original Mafia running on the PlayStation 2. Again, if you look, Grand Theft Auto 3 is all you need to think of. Like, look at how blocky and pixely. And then let's go back to the game screenshot. Like, that looks so great. They did such a good job, seemingly. We will see, look at the reflections, the people diving out of the way. The cars look super detailed. So Mafia was a really good game back in the day, and I'm excited to see what they do with it in this definitive edition. And then apparently Mafia 2 and 3 are also coming. I remember Mafia 3 was very it was very exciting to see Mafia 3, but Mafia 3 didn't really live up to the hype. It was this big open world, but it was so empty. You're just driving from place to place, and that's a little bit how whatever that Rockstar game is that you're the detective. It's a little bit how that one felt as well, where you're just going from place to place. You had this big open world, but there wasn't much to do in it. So I am very excited for this original Mafia game. Looks great, so I'll probably go ahead and check it out, maybe close to release. I'm not sure what the release date is off the top of my head, although I think they're coming pretty soon from what I've heard. New Dance Dance Revolution here, so we're going to jump right back into it. Yes, it is playable on the keyboard. I love DDR. DDR Max 2, I believe, was just, oh man, I love that game. I love all the stuff about that game. This is for the keyboard. There are other, like, look at that. Oh, so much fun. There are other DDR-like games that use a keyboard that are actually pretty good out there. But DDR, the strength for me is its music, and it's just craziness. Especially Captain Jack. He's no longer with us, but I remember the Captain Jack songs, always so good, lively, and fun. Moving on here, we have Alan Wake coming to Xbox Game Pass. It is the 10th anniversary, so tweeted here, just saw this on Reddit. But Remedy, the creators of Alan Wake games, actually went ahead and tweeted it's the 10th anniversary, and it will be coming to Game Pass, I believe, in May 21st. Yes. So go ahead and check that out when it comes. You have a lot of good stuff coming to Game Pass. I know Red Dead Redemption 2 is coming the 7th, and then there's 4 other games. Or 3 other games. But you have a lot of good stuff coming in May. So go ahead and check Alan Wake out now. And then in other good news, we also have Grand Theft Auto 5 coming free to PC for the Epic's Game Store. So again, every once in a while they've been having free games on the Epic Game Store for PC. That's really to get people using the Epic Game Store as they're trying to take people away from Steam. They're doing a great job at it. Really customer friendly. As it's shown here on Kotaku, that the game store is down right now. So go ahead and check it out. I'm sure by this time it is up, but keep on refreshing. You will get your copy of Grand Theft Auto 5 if you haven't played it yet, or you just want to try it on the PC if you've had it on other platforms. We have reviews out for the wonderful 101 Remastered. If you remember, there was a Kickstarter that launched and then was successfully funded very quickly for that game. So go ahead and check it out. This Destructoid here rated it an 8 out of 10. I've seen some middling reviews. I think GameSpot gave it like a 4 out of 10. And from what I've seen, this and others have panned it for it being a remastered. The original game was really beloved, but the remaster doesn't have too much to offer in terms of the remastering of it. So they didn't add too much. Now, if that led to the 4 out of 10, 4 out of 10, like anything under 5 is like, it's almost a non-functional game. So maybe they're going, in my opinion, so maybe they're going more towards the aspect that the game just wasn't really remastered, but the original is good. EVO, the big old fighting tournament. So still happening in 2020, but the first casualty of it having to go online is, of course, Super Smash Brothers. This article from Eurogamer here, EVO fighting tournament, if I could zoom in there, without Super Smash Bros. Now, there is no reason given for not having Super Smash Brothers, but people are speculating Super Smash Brothers has a horrible online component. You wouldn't be able to have a really fair tournament with how Nintendo's online is. I'm sure that's what's happening. If you look at games like Blaze Blue with or Guilty Gear with Arc System Works, they have such a phenomenal online. Like, go ahead and play one of those Blaze Blue games, or I don't know what Blaze Blue is, but Guilty Gear is definitely on the PS Vita. Like, play online with that. It feels so dang good just on the Vita. And how old is that? The Nintendo Switch still, and Nintendo in general, still does not have an even acceptable online, much less online that can work for a tournament. So please, Nintendo, fix your stuff. PlayStation 5. So this is in reference to yesterday. There was a demo release for the Summer Game Fest of the Unreal Engine 5. Epic released it, and they said this is all running on a PlayStation 5. It was very impressive, looked amazing, gave us a nice expectation of what we can look forward to for the next generation. Now, the Epic Games producer did have a lot to say about the PlayStation 5. The SSD is far ahead of high-end PCs, Epic Games CEO says. So, I'm going to put this into perspective in a moment, but we're going to go ahead and read kind of what he said. So, quote, I think, first of all, Sony has a massive increase in graphics performance compared to previous generations, but you know, I guess that's what we get every generation, right? Sweeney joked, but Sony's made another breakthrough that in many ways is more fundamental, which is a multi-order magnitude increase in storage bandwidth and reduction in storage latency. As revealed back in March in a digital deep dive in the PS5 hosted by Sony architect Mark Cerny, Sony revealed its custom solid-state drive that targets at least 5 gigabytes per second in terms of bandwidth. That's compared to 50 to 100 megabytes capable on the current PS4 hard drives. Quote, the PS5 puts a vast amount of flash memory very, very close to the processor, says Sweeney, so much that it really fundamentally changes the trade-offs that games can make and stream in, and that's absolutely critical to this kind of demo, Sweeney explained. This is not just a whole lot of polygons in memory, it is also a lot of polygons being loaded every frame as you walk around through the environment. This sort of detail you don't see in the world would absolutely not be possible at any scale without these breakthroughs that Sony made. So, this is describing Sony's brand new quick as heck SSD using, I think it's the PCIe 4.0 that these new M.2 drives will be using or use. Now, that is already available on some really high-end motherboards. I've heard stories. I was doing some research like a week or two ago, and I've seen that that is available. People have been able to get insane throughput through SSDs through these things, or at least through information. But here's the big but. Just as with any technology, that is very specified on PCs right now. Most people, and I mean most people, do not have that. I mean, a lot of people are just catching on to 4K. A lot of people are very happy with 1080p at 60 frames per second in the moment. Now, 4K is catching on, absolutely. But this new technology, it needs to be adopted for developers to actually count on people to have it. Now with the PlayStation 5 and then some of these other systems coming up, the Series X could probably be included in that. But I'm saying the PlayStation 5 because they in particular have this 5 gigabytes per second memory bandwidth that's just insane. Again, the Xbox Series X has a 2.5 gigabytes per second, so still super fast, but I'm not sure for developer if those two make a difference, but the SSD will make a difference. Well, everyone, sorry about that. Looks like my video got cut off for some reason, but let's go ahead and finish this chat here. So what I'm trying to say is that essentially the PlayStation 5 is being developed by developers now, specifically for that SSD, and that will be common throughout the new consoles. So they are going to take advantage of the SSD. And that, hasn't been available widely as a for sure for developers. So they will develop for that. They're going to get a lot of out of it. I'm just really excited for that. So moving on, we're going to Dana Cowley here from Epic, she of course is part of the Unreal Engine 5 team. She says, we want to make it even easier for independent game developers to succeed with Unreal. So now, instead of 5% royalty after your game earns $3,000 per quarter, you owe Epic nothing until your game earns $1 million. This is huge news. We're going to see a lot of people take advantage of this. That means if you're an independent developer, along with all the other costs that you have just living, maybe you're doing this as a passion project, as a second job, you can use this without fear of all these costs associated. A fantastic game engine, especially with Unreal Engine 5. This will be applicable to 4, but Unreal Engine 5 really becoming available during 2021. Sounds phenomenal. This is bigger, I think, than you can even think of. This will have lagging effects, so we won't really see what happens with this until later, but this is a great news for developers. Even if you're just someone who wants to mess around with the Unreal Engine and make a game, put it out there. You might not make much money, but man, you don't need to fear big costs from the engine itself in addition to your other costs. Moving on to Assassin's Creed. So it's come under fire recently, but I'm going to start with some good news. The Hidden Blade insta-kills are back. If you remember Assassin's Creed early on, you hunted down your target, you found him, you killed him, even if it was part of the story, or you were just going after a big guy in the game. So they are bringing that back. I'm glad they're going back to some of the core. Now, one quote I want to say from here that dealt with this. If you're not, my guy warped. If you're not an Assassin's Creed devotee, this might not sound like much. If you are, it's a positive signal to many fans that we've been grumbling about this recent release. You've been grumbling despite or perhaps because of the popular success of recent releases. Don't worry, he's saying they get it. It's once again time for a new Assassin's Creed game to not just be good, but to feel more like the classic predecessors. Awesome, super good. Now we're going to move into the possibly bad news if you are looking forward to Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed Valhalla running at 30 frames per second on Xbox Series X right now. Again, November is a ways away, so don't take this as gospel. I think this is Ubisoft just trying to play it safe. 30 frames per second, 4K. They're trying to have a really high-end graphical fidelity. But it is concerning. A lot of people are understandably frustrated. Is Assassin's Creed a game that needs 60 frames per second? It's not a Twitch shooter. It's not a racing game. I don't know. I think graphics are pretty important, but if you like Assassin's Creed in 60 frames per second, you might be super upset about this. So Assassin's Creed Valhalla is running at 30 frames per second right now on the Xbox Series X. As per a recent statement from Ubisoft, Assassin's Creed Valhalla was announced by Ubisoft the 29th of April. So moving on, in a recent statement, the Portugal branch of Eurogamer, Ubisoft revealed that the game will get at least 30 frames per second on Xbox Series X. However, Ubisoft states that the game will still benefit from faster load times and improved graphics because of the Series X next generation hardware. It seems like the game will feature load screens as well and not deliver a seamless experience in which next-gen games are promising to deliver, banking on SSDs of next-gen consoles. Since this is about the current state of the game, the developers might be able to optimize it by the time it is launched. So again, time it's launched, they haven't, from what I've seen, they haven't necessarily promised zero load times. I don't know if they're taking advantage necessarily of the SSDs in the new console, since this will be a cross-generational game. I hope they do. And then hopefully there'll be updates that just optimize the game throughout the lifespan of it. So hopefully it will target that 60 frames per second, even higher, because we've seen Forza or what have you running at 120. All right, just another Assassin's Creed. And last, or not second to last, we have Gary Whitta with his Animal Talking. I really enjoyed this show. So T-Pain was on last night. He's starting to get big guests. Next tomorrow, I think today, he has Danny Trejo and Elijah Wood. So he's starting to get some really awesome guests. T-Pain was hilarious, just kind of off his rocker a little bit. Lots of swears, so that's why I'm not playing the actual clip here. But go ahead and check it out. Something that I really enjoy. Such a fun diversion. He made a whole talk show within Animal Crossing, and then what they do is they incorporate a Discord chat chat room they're all in where they can actually talk. He's actually able to incorporate live music too and musical guests in it as well. Super cool. I mean, if you've seen like Harris Heller on Twitch, he plays his own music live on Twitch. Really awesome that you can even do it and get good quality out of it too. Go ahead and check it out on Twitch. I believe they have uploaded that episode to YouTube. And lastly, we're going to take a look at Summer Game Fest. I've really been enjoying Summer Game Fest so far. I love their logo. I want to steal it. It looks so good. We're going to check out what's coming up next. So, of course, we have Ghost of Tsushima coming up. I will be looking at that later today, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Twitch. You can watch along with me. And then we'll look for June. So that is Steam Game Festival, June 9th, June 11th. The Night City Wire, which is Cyberpunk 2077, is going to be their kind of E3 showcase they're supposed to have. June 11th, EA Play Live. July, we have Ubisoft Forward. July 11th, Tenacon to be announced. That will be from Warframe developers, which is a free-to-play game on all platforms, third-person hack and slash shooter. Quite fun. I've played it a few times. And then August 24th, we have Gamescom. Remember, Gamescom, their event was canceled. Well, they have switched it to be all digital, so check it out here coming in August. Thank you, Summer Games Fest, for brightening up my summer. All right, guys, thank you so much. Again, my name is Matt. This is Sodipop on YouTube. Every single weekday, I'm here giving you the news. I really appreciate your support. Let's get to 100 subscribers. We're almost there. We're at like 73. That's amazing. So let's get there. Let's get to 100. I really appreciate everything you do for me. Keep watching. Comment below what else you'd like to see. What are you excited for coming up? Are you excited for Paper Mario? Are you disappointed it's not more RPG like Thousand Year Door? It might be. We haven't seen full gameplay yet, but we will certainly be watching, and I will have many videos upcoming about that. Remember, follow me, Sodipop Media, on the 3 T's and IG, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, and Instagram. I'm Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Twitch. Right now playing Rocket League, trying to get into that diamond rank. I know I can do it. I'm good enough. I can do it. So come and watch me. If you want me to play any other games, let me know. Of course, comments, Twitter. I'm pretty much available everywhere. And then right here on YouTube. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Remember, be yourself and eat a cookie. Bye.